She totally kicked her in the face. She was like, take one more step and you'll regret it. And then she took a step. And then she kicked her across the street. Kicked in the face. It was amazing. I was like, no way is she gonna kick her. Bam! Sold. I watched the rest of the anime based on Claire getting kicked in the face. The little girl with Teresa? Yeah, that's Claire. That's Claire's little girl. They don't explain that well at first. You're like, what the fuck's going on? Why are we just watching Claire awaken in a church, and then now we're watching Teresa kick this little girl in the face? Awesome. That's my kind of anime. I wish that when Claire met Rocky, she had kicked him a little more. She almost cuts his face off, but it's not as good as a kick to the face. That would have been much better. Let's not forget about when Easley teaches Rocky how to hunt food. Okay, so Easley is the big badass monster they don't even get into, because he's running around with Priscilla, and Priscilla's the badass monster that they do get into. But Rocky's just walking around with Easley and Priscilla, and both of them could eat him at any moment. At this point, Rocky is meals with heels, because he's still walking around. So what does he do? He goes, hey, Easley, I'm weak. Teach me how to use a sword for like an hour. And he does. All right, food, I'll teach you how to beat up other food. It was weird, I'm just saying. You find out there's different levels of monster. There's a Yoma, which is like a regular monster. There's a Claymore, which is a half-breed monster human. There's an awakened being, which is what Claymores turn into. And then there's a creature of the abyss. And the creature of the abyss used to be number 1, which is a big deal, but is now an awakened being. So they have a specific name for them. They're called creatures of the abyss. Easley is a creature of the abyss, and he's the real king of the north. And he heard what Rob was saying and was like, fuck that shit, and started heading south. Watch the anime. So the wall comes down, and the Night's Watch disbands and forms the organization. You know, because they're all wearing black. And they do throw down in a volcano beyond the wall. That was totally beyond the wall. This is Rigaldo, and he's the Silver-Eyed Lion King. So you find this out. What's an awakening? You find this out much later in the series, once again. An awakening is like an orgasm. They say, the dude from the organization said it was like having an orgasm. But that being said, the girls are like, oh, I'm done. Their little wet nap, and they wipe themselves and they throw it away. But dudes, this is why they had to stop using men, because when men finish, there's no halvesies here. It's not like, oh, nope, I'm good. I can hold it. Nuh-uh. It's, I'm so hungry. That's how it is. So they can't use men anymore because, you know, one fight and that's it. They just roll with it. But the women fake it all the time. I got a big horn on my head now. I roll with it. God, you hate Priscilla. You kind of feel bad for her, but no, seriously, fuck her. Fucking bitch. My mommy, my daddy. They also don't go into why some awakened beings are like here and you can talk to them like they're still people. And then other awakened beings like Priscilla are all like, mommy, daddy. They don't go into that. It's like when you awaken, they came so hard that something in the brain flipped. Yes, if your girlfriend were to be in the next room while you were watching Claymore, she would assume you're watching tentacle porn. And she's almost right. Some of the lines taken out of context, especially when Claire's standing there and she's got the thing, she goes, put it in me now! That sounds wrong, doesn't it? Look away from me. Put it in me now! What was I talking about? Exactly. Put it in me now! Okay. This is AniView by Dave. I, of course, am Dave. If you have any questions, comments, confusions, suggestions, put them below and I will get back to you. See you next time. full of awakened beings. Oh my God! Please, Yoma.